Welcome into the video. I'm your tech guy Wayne, and today I'm bringing you my new user guide on the Samsung Galaxy A35. I've basically taken every video that I've made on this phone and I've just compiled it into one long video to make it easier for you to find all the information you need on this phone. So this video will include my beginner's walkthrough, my tips and tricks video, how to install a memory card and how to set it up so all your pictures and videos will save to the memory card. We'll go over how to take a screenshot, how to print, how to soft reset if the phone isn't working properly, and how to factory reset. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss any important information. You can also go down into the description and you will find the video broken down into chapters, and you can use those to jump to the most important sections that you need. So definitely use that. Let's jump into the video. So I'm going to just turn the screen off first, and let's take a look at the exterior of the phone. So there's no buttons on the left side of the phone. On the right side of the phone, you will find a few buttons. You'll find your volume button, so volume up, volume down, and this is your power button, but it's also your standby button as well. So when you tap that button, it's going to wake up the screen. Tap it again, it's going to put the phone to sleep. Now, when the phone is asleep, guess what? It's still on. So tapping the button just simply wakes it up. This is going to be the bottom of the phone here, and this is where you charge the phone. This charging type is called a Type-C charging type. That's Type-C. So if you ever need to purchase a new charger, you need to look for a Type-C charger. Now, in the box, it will come with a Type-C cable. And I would encourage you to purchase one of these chargers right here. This is an Anker wall charger. And with this, you can plug in the charger from the box, and that cable will plug here and it'll plug right there. You also have an extra port here to plug in your other devices as well. So you'll definitely need to purchase an extra charging block so that the cable in the box can plug into in order for you to charge the phone. Now, this port also is where you'll plug in headphones. Now, what you'll notice is there is no auxiliary port. It doesn't have that little small 3.5 adapter, but there is an adapter you plug into here that will give you that 3.5 adapter so you can plug in your old headphones, or you can purchase Type-C headphones. So those are the options that are available. So don't be discouraged if you don't see that headphone jack, because you may just need to invest in a new pair of headphones, a new pair of Type-C headphones that will just plug directly into this. I'll link a couple of those adapters on screen and in the description as well, so you'll know where you can get them and kind of the price range. At the top of the phone, you will find your SIM card tray, and this is where you can plug in a SD card if you want to expand the storage further. And I'll link to a video right here where I actually talk about how to put in this SIM card here, and also how to configure the settings for that if you already have a memory card. Okay, now let's move into how to actually get into the phone. Now, what you're going to do is take your finger, put it on the screen, and just drag your finger up the screen like this. Finger on screen and just drag up, and that's how you unlock the phone. Now, right now we don't have a passcode on the phone, and so you just put your finger on the screen and you drag up. When you do put a password on it, when you drag up the screen, it's going to ask you to put in a code first before you can get into the phone. Now, I'll go over how to put a code on the phone a little bit later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's simply talk about how to navigate the screen. Now, first, the screen we're on now is called the home screen. And so your home screen is where you'll find most of these little icons here. Now, these are called apps. Apps is short for application. Think of like a computer. Computers have programs. Phones have applications, or apps for short. So when I refer to apps, I'm referring to these little icons or these little programs, okay? Now, you can swipe left and right, and you can have multiple screens of these little applications. And if you want to find the rest of the apps that are on the phone, you drag your finger up the screen, and this takes you to what is called your app drawer. This is where you'll find all the apps that are on the phone, and there are multiple pages. You'll also have these, which are called folders, and these folders will have more apps in them. This is a Samsung folder. This is the Google folder. So just know that there are more apps that are kind of held in these little folders. Okay. Now, in terms of navigating the phone, the main thing you need to know is these three buttons at the bottom of the screen here. The home button, the recent apps button, and the back button. Let's start with the home button. The home button basically always takes you back to the home screen. Pretty simple. No matter what you're doing, that home button will take you back to this screen. So if I go to this app, which is your web browser, this is Google Chrome. If I go to my Google Chrome web browser, and let's say I go to ESPN because I'm trying to look up something sports related. I'm looking at this website here, and now I'm all done, and I want to go back to the home screen. I'm going to tap on the home button, just like that. So no matter what you're doing, this button gets you back to this screen. Okay. Now, next we have the recent apps button, which is right here. Now, what this does is every time you open one of these little apps and you go back to the home screen, that application is still running in the background. And if I want to see what applications are running in the background of the phone, I'm going to tap on my recent apps button like this. Oh, look, I was just on ESPN, and look, now I'm back here, and I can actually go right back here and continue to read. See? So this button just makes it easy for you to get back to any application you were using previously. Now, you might say, I'm done with ESPN. I don't want to look at that anymore. Well, I can drag up on that page, and then now it's closed. Now Google Chrome is not open. And I can drag up on this page as well, and now that is also closed. So this button here takes you to recent apps, but also allows you to close your running applications. Okay, to the right here, we have our back button. This always takes you back one step. Let me explain what that means. I'm going to swipe up to get to my apps, and I'm going to go to the settings. And let's say I'm in the settings and I go to location. Now, I tapped on location. This is not what I'm looking for. I want to go back one page. I'm going to use my back button. It's going to take me back one page. And now I'm back on the main screen. Let me try to go to device care. Oh, now that I'm here, this is not what I was looking for. Let me hit my back button. And you see, all this does, it just takes you back one step. Okay? Oh, let me try software and install. Oh, that also was not what I was looking for. Let me hit my back button. So you just use it to go back one page or one step. Now, we're on the main page of the settings app. And if I tap the back button again, it's just going to take me out of this page altogether. So it just takes you right out of it. So that's what the back button does in short. So those are the three buttons you'll use to do most of your navigating. We also went over swiping up and getting to your apps. This only works when you're on the home page. So if I'm on the home page and I swipe up, it'll take me to my app drawer. However, if I'm in the internet, if I'm on my Chrome browser, swiping up is not going to do that. It only works when I'm on the home screen. Okay? Now you have one other section that is called your notification panel. Now you take your finger and you're going to start at the top of the screen and swipe down. And this is going to show you basically all your notifications. Now notifications are the different programs or different apps are trying to tell you, just update you on information. So for example, I have a T-Mobile app and they're trying to send me an update about my account. I have an email address already signed in on the phone and it's showing me, hey, I have new emails. Oh, when I see this icon, it means I have a new email. I can tap on this and it'll actually take me to my email app and then I can look and see what new emails I have. So this basically notification panel just lets you see all the different notifications that are coming through your phone. And you might see something that you're not interested in. Chiefs announce anthem singer. I'm not really interested in that. So I'm going to just swipe to the right, and that's how I get rid of that notification. And, oh, Chiefs fined for something. Okay, I don't care. Swiping to the right. If you care about it, tap on it. If you don't, swipe to the right, and that's how you close it out. Now, what you'll also find in this notification panel are switches, these little shortcuts to some of the most frequently used settings on the phone. For example, this is your Wi-Fi icon, and whenever this is lit up white, it means that your Wi-Fi is turned on. Okay. Now, if I tap this, right, I've just turned off the Wi-Fi. Now you can see the icon is grayed out. I want to turn it back on. I'm simply going to tap on it. Now, if I hold down on it for 1 second, it'll take me to this menu, and this will allow me to connect to a new Wi-Fi network. Now, the first time you buy the phone, guess what? The phone will not be linked to your home Wi-Fi. You will have to connect it by following this process. So we're here, and let's say, so you can swipe through to see more Wi-Fi accounts. It's not just these three. You'll just simply swipe up with your finger. Maybe I want to connect to this network here. I'm going to tap on it. And when you tap on it, it's going to ask you to enter a password. So you obviously need to have your password handy for your internet. Now, if you're using AT&T or Spectrum or even Verizon, normally if you just go right to the box, behind the box, it'll have the name of the network and the password. So you can go look there to get your information. And then you just start entering whatever that code is. It could be numbers and letters, and you're entering that password. Now, if you want to see what you've put in so far, tap on this little eye, and this will show you exactly what you put in. If you enter the right Wi-Fi password, it will allow you to connect. Okay, I could hit the connect button, and then it should connect to that network. But guess what? I didn't put the right code in. I just put in a random set of numbers. So it's going to come back and say, oh, that code is wrong. So you'll want to make sure you have your Wi-Fi information handy before you do this. Now, I'm going to use my back button to get out of this. And now I'm back on my Wi-Fi screen. Keep in mind as well, you can follow these same steps if you're at a coffee shop and you want to connect to their Wi-Fi as well. You can simply go through and find the name of the network. Say, oh, excuse me, can you give me your Wi-Fi password and the Wi-Fi name? They'll give it to you. You'll tap on it, type in the password, and then you'll be able to connect with your phone. Okay. Now, I'm going to swipe down again and just show you. So that's our Wi-Fi icon. This is our Bluetooth icon. If you want to connect to a Bluetooth speaker or a Bluetooth device, you'll want to simply tap on this or press and hold for 1 second. It'll bring up that same menu and allow you to find whatever your Bluetooth device is to connect to it. Remember, with Bluetooth devices, you do need to first make sure it is in the pairing mode so it is set up and ready to send a signal to connect. Now, there are a lot of other things you'll find up here. This is the other switch that's really important. This is your volume switch. So if you want to put your phone on vibrate, you'll need to tap on this icon. And when you see a slash over the button or over the little icon, that means you're on vibrate. Now I'm going to tap it again. If it ever looks grayed out, that means that your phone is on silent. So your phone won't vibrate, it won't ring, nothing. Now if you want to turn the sound back on, tap the button again and it'll make a noise and you'll see a speaker. And this is how you know your sound is totally on. Okay. You have some other cool things here like your airplane mode. You have your flashlight. If you turn this on, it'll use your camera flash as a flashlight. Very convenient. And if I swipe down further, it'll actually bring up even more options here. So for example, this is my GPS option. This is my mobile hotspot, my power saving mode, do not disturb. You can also swipe to your left and you'll have even more options here as well. So when you get some time, go through this here and look at all the different shortcuts that you have in that settings. Now, here's a really cool tip. So when I swipe down the first time, you're just going to see a settings wheel in the upper right corner. But if I swipe down again, it will show a power button. And when you tap on this power button, it now will bring up your power options that will allow you to turn off the phone if you want to just turn it off. a restart button to restart the phone. You'll have an emergency call button if there's an emergency, right? And you'll be able to also load in your medical information in the event of an emergency. All right. So there's a lot that is housed in this menu, but I mainly just went over just the basic things, the most important things you need to know to start. The last thing is this is your brightness meter, and you can use this to lower or raise the brightness of your phone. If your phone is too bright, you can simply manually control this and go up and down. Now, most folks will turn on the adaptive brightness, and then the phone will adjust the brightness according to how bright the room that you're in is. So I do encourage you to turn this on. I don't have it on because I'm filming a video and I have a lot of lights that are around the table here so that the brightness is much higher than it normally would be, FYI. Okay, so that was just a quick walkthrough of the notification panel. All right, now, quick reminder, if you found the video helpful so far, make sure you bump that like button down below. Now it's time for us to go over apps. We're going to go over how to download these little apps or applications. Maybe there's a game that you like to put on your phone. Maybe you need Uber because you need to get around. I'm going to show you where to find those and how to download applications. You're going to go to this icon, which is called the Play Store. The Play Store is simply where all the apps are found. Now, when you tapped on that Play Store button or icon, if it didn't take you to this screen, it might mean that you have not signed into a Google or Gmail account yet. Understand you do have to have a Google account signed in on the phone, or it won't let you download any applications. All right. So if your screen, if you're on a white screen that says sign to your Google account, then you'll need to either sign to your Google account if you already have one, or you should see at the bottom of the screen a button that says create account. Tap on the create account button and follow the prompts to create your own Gmail. It takes less than 2 minutes. It's free, and it will give you access to the store for you to be able to download applications. All right, once all that is done, you should be on this screen, and let's talk about how to navigate the store. So there's a lot that is in this store. There's over 1 million apps that are at your fingertips to download. So the way the app is organized is at the bottom of the screen, there are tabs. So there's a game tab, there's a general apps tab, there is an offers tab where Google will run different promotions, and there's a book tab. You can also purchase books in this section as well. Now, I normally stay on the apps tab. And if you don't know what you want to download, you just want to see what apps are available, this is where you want to be, in the app section. And you can scroll through the suggested apps section here. I'm just swiping up and down the screen. Or you can tap on top charts, and they will show you these are the highest trending apps that are being downloaded. So these are the most popular apps right now. You can look at different categories, and you can see, oh, these are apps for art, these are apps for business, these are apps for food, yada, yada, yada. So you can search by categories instead. Now, for most people, they know what they want to download. So you want to tap on the search button right in the center here, and it will bring up a search box at the top of the screen. You can either tap in the search box, which will bring up a keyboard and allow you to then type in what you want to search for, or you can tap on the microphone and you can simply just say the name of the app that you want, and it will search it for you. For example, Uber. So quick search for Uber, and here's the Uber app right here. Now this is an ad. This says sponsored. That's why this came up first, but this is the app that we're searching for, Uber. Now notice this button here says install. That tells us that this is a free app, okay? Now, sometimes you'll search for an app and this button will not say install. It will have a price. If it has a price, it means the app is not free and you do need to pay for it. Now, luckily, Uber is a free app to download, so we're going to just tap on that blue install button, and we see this little circle turning, and that's telling us that it's downloading the app right now to the phone. So, yay, you're about to download your first app to the phone. You're a rock star. Good job. Now, while that's downloading, I'm going to go to the search, and I'm going to download one more app. I just want to find a Sudoku app. I'm going to tap on the microphone. Sudoku. Now, this might be trickier because there are lots of Sudoku apps. So now you have to figure out, what app do I want to download? There's so many. Well, let's tap on this one here. So remember, this says sponsored, which means that they're paying for this to be first in the search. So I always jump past whatever is sponsored and go right to the first option underneath. So this is a Sudoku app. I can actually scroll through. I can look at pictures and actually see exactly what the app looks like, and decide, do I like how this app looks? Do I think I want to get this one? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to use my back button again. And let's try, maybe this Sudoku looks different. Let's look at this one. And I can scroll through and see what that app looks like. So this is a great practice. If you're not really sure which one you want, there's multiple options. You can look through and look at the pictures and see what app, if there is one that you like how the app is laid out. This is actually the Sudoku app that I use, so I recommend this one, FYI. And if we're ready to download it, we're just going to tap on the install button, and just that easy, it's downloading to our phone. This is also a good solitaire game as well, in case you're into solitaire. Let's download that one too. Okay, let's hit the home button. Now, we just downloaded 3 different apps to the phone. Where did they go? Let's find them. Swipe up on the home screen to our app drawer. Every single app on the phone is going to be in this section. Now, guess what? I don't see Uber. I don't see Sudoku. Where are the apps that we downloaded? Well, remember, there are multiple pages of apps. So if it's not on this page, just simply swipe to your left. And oh, look, here's Uber, here's Sudoku, and here is solitaire. So all your apps are going to just load on the next page. And now, if we're ready to go into Uber and try to get our first ride going, I'm just going to tap on the Uber app. And now it's going to open up and start telling me what we need to do to set up Uber. So that, in a nutshell, is the process to download an app and how to find apps and how to use the store. Next, let's talk about how to make calls and how to answer the phone when someone calls you. So let's start with when someone calls you, what it looks like, and how to answer the phone. Okay, so I'm going to initiate a call from another phone. Here we go. So this is what it looks like when a call comes through. And if you want to answer it, put your finger on the green phone button and you'll want to drag up. That's how you answer a call. You can also put the call on speaker by tapping on this button to do speakerphone. You can switch to your Bluetooth device by tapping this, mute the call here, or when you're all done with the call and you're ready to hang up, tap on the red button and hang up. Now, I know it's not the most intuitive thing, so it'll take a bit of getting used to. But again, the same way you put your finger on the screen and drag up to like unlock the phone is the same thing you do with answering a call. Now, that call, let's say you don't want to answer it. You have 2 options. By the way, this sounds really loud, I know. If I tap any of the volume buttons, it will silence the call so it won't make a noise. And if I want to decline the call, I can put my finger on this button and drag up, or I can swipe up from the bottom of the screen like this, and I can send them a message, and I can say, hey, please text me. That will decline the call. It won't answer it, and it will send them a message saying, hey, please text me. So I would encourage you guys, that's a much easier way of declining a call than pressing the red button and dragging up. Just swipe up from the bottom and select one of the 3 options of sending them a message saying, sorry, I can't talk right now. Now, also, there's one other thing you need to know in terms of answering the phone. So right now I'm on the home screen and a call came through, and that's why the call looked the way it did. But if I was in an app and I was looking at something or doing something and a call comes through, it's going to look a little different. So here's how it's going to look if you're in an app doing something. So notice it's only going to show up as a pop-up. And this is actually much easier to answer the phone when it shows up this way, because you either tap on the green button to answer or you tap on the red button to decline. So it's much easier to answer or decline it if you're already doing something and the call shows up as a pop-up. Those are the two ways that calls will come through the phone. If you want to make a call, you're going to tap on the phone button in the bottom left corner, the green phone button. And you'll simply need to enter a phone number starting with the area code. So I'm going to make a call to this number. And I'm going to tap on the phone button, and that's going to initiate the call. There we go. And when you're all done, hit the red button to end the call. Another option that you have for making a call, so you don't have to type in the number every time, is you can go to recent. And when you go to recent, it'll show you any calls that you've made recently, right? Makes sense. And you can simply drag your finger to the right on any of the contacts that you see, and it will call them. So watch this. I want to call Jim Jones. I'm going to swipe to the right over his name, just like this, and it's going to automatically call him. Now let's talk about how to send text messages. Now right next to your phone app, you'll have a text messaging app. Tap on that app, and this is where all your messages will come in, and also where you will send messages. Let's start with how to send a message. The bottom right corner, you'll tap on this icon to start a new message. And the first thing you'll need to put in is who you're sending the message to. So you can either put in the phone number of the person, or if the person is already saved in your contacts, you can simply type their name. I'm going to just type in the phone number, 323. All right. So what you'll notice is I've typed in the phone number and a contact came up because this number is actually already saved into my phone. So I can either hit done, or I can tap on the contact right here and have it load up there. Now you can continue to add more contacts and turn it into a group message by simply typing in another phone number. And you can continue to add contacts, as many, I want to say 10 or 15, you can add in to make a group message. Once you've finished adding all your contacts, you're going to hit the done button in the bottom right corner. And now you'll enter your message here. So I can either say, hi, how are you? And I can hit this button to send off the message, or I can tap on this button to add an emoji. Maybe you want to add a smiley face, you can do that. And if you hit the drop down button here, all your options will go away. You'll have your message, and then you can hit this button to send it. Now, if you want to add a picture to your message, you'll tap on this arrow here, and you'll have some icons. This first icon is to add a picture you've already taken that's already on the phone. The second icon is if you want to take a picture of something right now. This will bring up your camera, allow you to take a picture, and then it will add it right to the message. Or you can hit the plus as the third option, and you have these other things you can attach to your message. You can attach your location. Maybe you're at an event and you are trying to show someone exactly where you are. If you tap location, it will add your location to the message. You can send that. You can add a video, audio, add a contact, add a calendar invite. You can add a voice recording message. You have all these different options. Now, the most common option that most folks will use is adding an image. You can also add a picture here. So tap here, and then it will bring up different pictures that are already on your phone. let's say you want to attach this picture. So because we tapped it, it automatically added it to our message. And now what's going to be sent is, hi, how are you? The emoji. And we can hit this to send off our message. Now, another cool option is to send someone a voice recording. I can record a message right now by holding down on this button here. If I hold that button, it's going to start recording a message. You know, instead of you typing good morning, you can just say, hey, good morning. I hope you have a great day. Let go of the button, and it's going to attach an audio recording to the message. And I can tap this button to play it first before I send it, like this. Turn the volume up. You know, instead of you typing good morning, you can just say, hey, good morning. Now, you might listen to the message and say, I'd rather not send that. No problem. Tap on the red X, and that'll get rid of that voice message. But that's a really cool option you have to send messages. You can also use what is called voice to text. You're going to tap on the microphone in the bottom left corner, and then you can talk, and it will basically write down everything you say into the message like this. Well, first, the first time you press it, it will ask you to give the phone permission for the microphone to record your voice. So we're going to tap while using the app. And now, as I talk, it's going to load in everything I say into the message. So you can send a nice long message. Hey, I hope you have a great day. Happy Monday. When you're done, simply tap on the microphone again, so it'll stop recording. And now your whole message was typed out for you without you having to enter anything. And always go back in and proofread it, because sometimes it will mix up the words. So you just want to make sure it's exactly how you want it to read. And then hit that button to send it off. And there you go. So that's how you send a voice message, or how you send a text, and different things you can do within sending a message. Now, we're going to use our back button here to go back to the main screen. We're on the main screen. And let me show you what it will look like when someone sends you a message. So I just got a text message in. It's going to show up as a pop-up first. And in the app here, you'll see a little red number next to the message. So this is a new voice message. So if I want to read the whole message, I'm going to tap on that contact, and I can see that, oh, someone sent me a message and it says hi. If I want to reply, I'm going to tap in the box here, and tapping in the box will bring up the keyboard. I can type my message, and then once I type my message, I can hit that button to send it back. So that's a brief overview of how to send and how to read text messages. Let's move on to how to take pictures and where those pictures go when you take them. So swipe up on the home screen, and here's your camera icon. Now, I would tell you, let's move that camera icon to our home screen so it's easier to get to it. Take your finger and just hold down on the camera button for 1 second. And if you just hold and don't do anything, it'll take it right to the home screen for you, and then you can just move it where you want it and then just let go. So now our camera app will always be on the home screen. I can tap on that, and now I can tee up taking a picture here. And let's just take a picture of this little thing on the corner here. So quick overview of just the camera menu. So photo is taking a picture. You just tap the little shutter button to take a picture, and you can zoom in and out using these numbers here. So if I tap on the 2, it's going to zoom in. If I tap on 0.5, it's going to zoom out further. So that's all these buttons are. They're just the zoom options. To the right is the video button. I can tap on video if I want to record a video. And there's also a voice command that you can say. If you're in the camera and you say record video, it will actually start recording a video just on the voice command, which is pretty cool. So let me just show you that one more time. Record video. So just that easy, it'll start recording a video just on the voice command. And just to show you when you're taking a video, if you tap on the shutter button here, you can take pictures of what you're recording all during. If you want to turn on the flashlight when you're taking a video because maybe it's kind of dark, you tap on this button here, and then now your flash will come on while the video is playing and it will give you some extra light. There's two ways to look at the video that you've taken or the pictures after you've taken them. So when you're in the camera itself, tapping on the little circle to the left will take you right to the last thing that you recorded. So we just recorded a video and now it took us right to our gallery and we can look at that video that we took. Okay. Now, if you really like that video and you want to save it as a favorite, tap on the heart right here. And that'll save it as a favorite. And right now our video doesn't have any audio because we're muted. So if we tap here, it'll unmute. And then now your flash will come on. And there's our audio. Okay, so you can use this to mute or unmute the video as well. Now, that's the first way to look at a picture you've taken. The second way is this. You'll need to go to your gallery, which right now mine is in the bottom right corner. And this is where we can see all the pictures and videos that we've taken. And if you go to pictures to the far left, it will sort all your pictures by date. So this is everything that we've taken today, everything we took, in previous days. So this is an easy way to just find important pictures. You can also go to albums and it will have the pictures separated by category. So recent pictures or videos, favorites, screenshots. You can go to the appropriate album and then look at those pictures. If you want to delete a picture, let's go into camera. Let's go to that video that we took. And you might say, this video is kind of crappy. Why would I want to save that? Let's delete it. You'll tap on the trash can right here and that will delete that picture. Now, if you wanted to send it to someone, you can tap on this share button here and then it will tee it up so you can send it as an email or you can send it as a text message as well. So that's a brief rundown of the camera, mainly pictures and videos. Again, video setting, photo setting. Now, if you want to jump to the front camera, you'll tap on this button and this will switch from the rear camera to your front camera. And you'll notice that some of the options are different if you're on the front camera versus the rear. So you'll just want to be mindful of that. If you want to turn on the flash for a picture, you're going to tap on the flash button here and change it from off to either auto or always on. And what's cool, when you take a picture or a selfie using the front camera, if your flash is on, it uses the screen as a light and it will flash when you take the picture to give you more light, just like this. Let's try it now. See that? It's using the screen as extra light so that your selfie will look better. I normally keep the flash off. The phone does a really good job of trying to take in as much light as it can. So only use the flash if it's really, really dark and you really need it. All right. So again, that's a quick rundown of how to take pictures and where to find the pictures after you've taken them. Let's talk about now how to make the text size larger on the screen. You might say, oh, the words are just a little too small. I'd love it if things were just a little bit bigger. Well, let me show you how to do that. We're going to swipe up on the home screen, go to our settings. You'll want to go to display. And from there, go to font, size, and style. Here, the first thing you'll want to do is simply drag this little dot to the right. And here, this will show you what the text size will look like as you're moving it over. The bigger we get, it's going to adjust the size of everything on the phone. Notice all the settings labels are even larger. And you want to be careful. If you get too big, then the phone will look really jumbled. So probably here, this is a really good default if you just need things to be bigger. You can then tap on the font size, and sometimes using a different font style helps as well. And you can also make things bold if you need them to pop even more. So now if I hit the home button, you'll notice my camera button camera label is much larger. If I go to the internet as well, so you'll say, hey, well, the internet, everything looks the same size. Why didn't this get bigger? Well, if you're on a web page or a text message, you need to do a pinch to make things bigger. So 2 fingers, put them on the screen, and just pinch out like this. So that's how, if you really need to zoom in to see something better, you can do that. And then you just pinch it back in when you need to shrink it back to normal size. Also, again, works on text messages. Your text messages already are going to look larger. So you can see right here, the words are already much bigger because we made that setting change, but you can also pinch even more to get it even larger. So play with this until you find a good size that allows you to read everything on screen. Now I'm going to use my recent apps button, right? Because I want to go back to the settings. I'm going to swipe over. Here's my settings. I can jump right back to where we were making the adjustments in terms of the size of everything. All right. Next, how to set up a password so you can secure your phone and protect your information. And also how to set up the fingerprint reader so you can unlock your phone using your fingerprint. We're going to go back to the settings, swipe up on the home screen, tap on the settings wheel, and we're going to hit the back button to get out of display. And we need to go to our security and privacy section. We're going to tap on lock screen and then tap on screen lock. And this will allow us to set a password to protect the phone. So you'll have to put a code in before you get into the phone. Now, I normally like to do either a pin or a pattern. Those are my 2 favorite options that are pretty easy to remember. Let's do a pin. And we're going to make it 6 digits. So if we just made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hit continue. Now, unfortunately, I just realized that's too simple. We can't make that the password. They're going to want you. See, you can make it that, but they're advising against it. This pin is too easy to guess. You should change it. You can hit use anyway, but I would encourage you to make it a little bit stronger. So maybe you want to make it 111 111 or 000000. Hit continue. They're still saying it's too easy, but we're going to roll with that. Hit use anyway. Enter it again. You want to make it something that only you would know versus something that someone could just fumble around and stumble into. Okay. Now we're going to hit done. So we now have a password, and let me show you what that looks like. So let's put the phone asleep and wake up the phone. Now, if I want to get into the phone, what I taught you previously is putting your finger on the screen. And also, I don't know if you noticed this, sometime when the screen goes dim like this, if I tap the screen twice, it'll actually wake up the screen. So just FYI, that's a double tap to wake up the phone. So I'm going to put my finger on the screen and just drag up. And notice it doesn't take us into the phone anymore. It now is going to ask us to put in a PIN before we can move forward. And our PIN was 000000. And now we're back in the phone. So we've set up our screen lock, which is great. Now we want to set up our fingerprints. To do this, we do need to put in our PIN code, our 6-digit. We're going to hit continue, hit register. Now, the fingerprint sensor is actually in the screen. So you're going to take your finger and place it over the circle here. And we're just going to lift and press, lift and press. And you're trying to slightly move your finger every time you do this, because it needs to learn your fingerprint. I would actually say the best way to program this is actually to hold the phone kind of in the normal way you would hold it. So that way, when you go to unlock your phone, you're not doing anything that is out of the ordinary. Now I'm just lifting and pressing. And I'm trying to slightly move my thumb each time so it can learn my finger. There you go. Now, if you want to add another finger as a backup, which I strongly recommend, you should do this. Put the phone in your other hand and hit add and add another fingerprint. This is because if one of your hands is wet or greasy or whatever, you can't use that hand to unlock the phone when it has something on it. So you'll want to program a finger on both hands so that you have a backup in case one hand has something on it. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to do it right now, but that's what I encourage you to do. Let's hit done. And now I put the phone asleep. I double tap to wake up the phone and put my fingerprint right on the screen here. Oh, wrong hand. That's funny. Okay. All right. Now we're going to just put our finger over the fingerprint icon. And just that easy, it'll unlock the phone for you. So that is how you program the fingerprint sensor to be able to unlock. And if you ever have an issue where the phone just will not unlock using your fingerprint, no problem. You simply can use that PIN code as the backup. Next, let's talk about how to set up email on your phone. Now, you're going to go to the Gmail app. Now, some of you might say, I don't have a Gmail. I have a Yahoo. I have an AOL. I have a different email type. Well, the Gmail app actually lets you sign into different email types. So I'm already signed into an email account right now. So I simply just need to go to the upper right corner, tap on this icon, and then go to add another account. And then I'll get a list of all the options that are available for signing into email. For some of you that didn't have a Google account signed in already, this might be the first thing you saw when you went to the Gmail app. Okay, so if you're signing into a Gmail account, obviously just tap on Google and it'll take you to a page where you'll put in your email address and password. If you have a Yahoo, tap on Yahoo, right? But if you have another email type that you don't see on screen, here is a quick tip on how to still sign into that email account. We're going to hit our home button. We're going to go to the Play Store. And we're going to go, so we're right on this Solitaire app we downloaded earlier. We're just going to use the back button. Tap on Search. And at the top, tap where it says Search Apps and Games. Now, in the bottom left corner, you'll tap on this icon that has the exclamation point, the hashtag, and the 1. We want to tap on the @ symbol. And all you're going to enter is @ and whatever your email account ends with. So, for example, if I'm doing an AOL, I'm going to put an @ and then let's tap on the A here, and then AOL.com. Okay? For you, if it's an SBC Global, if it is an at Verizon.net, whatever it is, just type in the @ symbol and the end of your email address. Hit the search button in the bottom right corner. And the Play Store is going to now recommend apps that are compatible with that email type. So cool, you have an AOL? Perfect. Use the AOL app. Let's tap the install button. And I can use this app to sign into my AOL account. And then I can check my emails. I can send emails all using that app. All right. So that is just a little trick on how to find apps that are compatible with your email type. Let's hit the home button. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of how the Gmail app works. Most of the email apps work the same or very similar. So this tutorial should help with even the other apps that you'll use. So this is the inbox of my Gmail, and I can see I have all these different emails here. Now, you simply tap on an email if you want to read it. I can swipe through. Now, when you're finished reading the email, you can delete it by tapping the trash can at the top. You can archive it, which takes it out of the inbox, but it doesn't delete the email. Or you can tap on this button, which will make the email still show up as a new email, even though you've already read it. I will normally make an email new if I want to go read it later. Maybe there's something important, but if there's not, if I'm done with it, I'm going to hit the trash can, just delete it. Now, there's a couple of emails in here that are not important and I don't care to open. So I can tap on the little icon to the left of the email, this little G, and that's going to select it. And I can select, this is a quick way to delete multiple emails at one time. I'm selecting these 4 emails that I don't care to read because they're just junk mail. And I'm going to hit the trash can at the top to delete those emails. So that's how you delete multiple emails at one time. You can also swipe left on an email. This will archive it, so the email is not totally deleted. It just moves it to your archived folder. I will normally archive an email that I may want to search to look at later, which is not that many. But if it's something that you think you might want to reference later, archive it. If you think you'll never look at it again, delete it, get rid of it. All right. Now, if you want to write an email to someone, in the bottom right corner, you'll see a button that says Compose. Tap on Compose. It will now set up a brand new email ready for you to send. So in the To section, it'll start you here. You'll want to put in who the email is for. I'm going to put in just wayne@gmail.com, which is not my email, but just for reference. And then hit next. I can go to the subject line, just tap in the subject line. I'm going to say hi. And in the compose email, I'm going to say hi there. That's my email. If you're ready to send it, in the upper right corner, click on this little arrow that's pointing to the right. Looks like a paper airplane. This will send the email off to that person. Now, if you want to attach a picture to that email, you'll tap on the paperclip to the left right here, and this will allow you to attach a file from your phone. If you want to attach a picture you've just taken, you can simply, it'll show you any recent pictures you've taken here, or you can go to the gallery, and this is where the rest of your pictures are going to be saved, where you can select a picture, hit done. And now I'm going to hit that send button and I'm going to send off that email. So that's how easy it is to send an email from your phone. Number 1, how to run 2 apps at one time. So first, we're going to pick the app we want to run first. In this case, I want to run YouTube. I'm going to swipe up. I'm going to go to the Google folder and find the YouTube app. Open up YouTube. Next, I'm going to tap the recent apps button in the bottom left corner. I'm going to go over to YouTube and tap on the YouTube icon right here and tap open in split screen view, and then select another app that I want to be open at the bottom of the screen. In this case, I want to have my text messages open while my YouTube is playing. Now I can watch this YouTube video while I'm using my texting app right here. Now you can also tap on the video and tap the square in the bottom right corner to make it full screen. And then you can take your phone and you can actually rotate it in the landscape position. So you can continue to watch your video on the left, while the right here continue to interact with your text messages. So pretty cool feature there. And you can also save this as an app pair. So if you want to use this 2 pair of apps later, you don't have to follow the steps I just showed you. You can just tap on one button and it will take you back to this pair, just like this. Tap on the 3 dots and tap on the star and select home screen. It's going to save this pair of apps as a pair, and you'll tap one icon on the home screen to get back to it later, just like this. Well, first, let's go ahead and close out our split screen. Take your fingers and on the 3 dots here, just drag down, and that'll take you out of split screen. I'm gonna pause my video, hit the home button, and now we're on the home screen of the phone here. If you swipe to the left, you can see this is my app pair that we just saved. So if I want to get back to that split screen where YouTube's at the top and messaging is at the bottom, I just have to tap on this one icon here and it will bring me right back to this app pair for easy use in the future. Now, I also have another app pair that's already saved, and this is Google Maps and YouTube Music. I can tap on this. It'll take me right back into that same pair as well, where I can look up my directions and also have my music player open so I can continue to listen to music while I'm driving. So, pretty cool. That's our first tip right there. If you found that helpful, show some love and hit that like button. Number 2, let's talk about how to launch your camera on any screen, even if your phone is off. That's right. This is called the quick launch camera. All you're gonna do is tap on the power button twice. This will automatically take you to the camera so you can capture those pictures or videos and not miss any important moments. Now, if my phone is off, even if you have a passcode, you can still double tap on that power button to wake up the phone and take you right into the camera. You'll be able to take pictures and videos, and when you want to look at those pictures, it will then ask you to put in the code. That way you're not hindered from using the camera. Now, this is pretty cool, but some of you might say, oh, that's cool, but you know what? I would rather that double tap be able to do something else for me instead of launch the camera. Well, we can do that. This is called remapping the double tap. Let's talk about how to do that. We're gonna swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and tap on this little power button right next to the settings wheel. And from here, we're gonna tap on side button settings. And this is where we can change what that double tap function does. Instead of it launching the camera, instead we can make it open an app. You're gonna tap on open app, and now we can select any app to launch when we hit that double tap. So for example, maybe you want your phone to launch YouTube whenever you hit the double tap. Well, let's select YouTube. Now, when we double tap that button, it'll launch the YouTube app. So this is a pretty cool way to kind of change the settings to fit how you like to use your phone versus how the phone is initially set up. Next, let's go over how to send lots of files or how to send really large video files. But first, a quick word from the sponsor of the video, Hybe. Hybe just launched a Kickstarter campaign for their digital Xeno USB-C earphones. These aren't just your average earphones. What really sets them apart is the MEMS hybrid design with dual DAC and digital crossover. You're getting studio quality sound, deep bass, crisp highs, and balanced mids all packed into a compact, sleek design. Whether I'm listening to music or watching a movie or taking a call, these earphones adapt to whatever I'm doing. The sound is just next level. And the best part, they're super comfortable, even for long listening sessions. There's also a built-in controller for volume, playback, and easily switching between the different sound settings, such as dynamic mode for heavy bass, hi-fi mode, which you can use to customize your audio and frequency using the Hybe app, and the gaming and cinema mode. If you're looking for earphones that bring out the best in your music, podcasts, and movies, check out the Hybe Digital Xenos using the link below. So I'm gonna go to my gallery, which is right here. For those of you that don't have the icon here, you can simply swipe up and you'll find your gallery right there. I want to long press on this file. And for reference, I can tap on this all button and I can select all these files at one time and I can share them all at the same time, or I can select one or multiple files. It's all up to you on how many files you want to share at one time. After you've selected them, you're going to tap on the share button at the bottom, and then you're going to tap on quick share. You'll then tap on this little QR code button here. You will need a Samsung account to do this, and it is free to sign up for a Samsung account, and it takes just a couple of seconds. Once you finish setting up your Samsung account, you're going to go back to tapping on that QR code, and from there, it's going to create a link that you'll be able to copy and then share with anyone via text or email. This next tip is a really fun one, and it takes a few steps to set up. So we're going to start with swiping up and going to the store icon. This is the Samsung store or the Galaxy App Store. Go to the upper right corner and tap on the magnifying glass, and you're going to type in Good Lock. Tap on Good Lock and download the Good Lock app. This is an app that is created by Samsung that allows you to add much higher levels of customization to the phone. And let me show you how it works. So we're gonna open the app by hitting that little play button. Now there's a lot you can do in here, and I'm gonna specifically focus on this certain feature. So we're gonna look for the page that says Nav Star and tap on the down arrow here to download this. Okay, now that it's downloaded, if you swipe to the top of the screen, you're gonna tap on Nav Star, hit start, and you're gonna allow all access, turn this on, and this will allow you to customize how your home buttons are gonna look and allow you to add new shortcuts right to the bottom of the screen here. Tap on New Configuration, then tap on Button Layout, then tap Add Button, and tap on Camera and Screen Capture. This will add a screenshot shortcut and a shortcut to your camera right at the bottom of your screen, which is super helpful. Next, you can drag these icons to what part of the navigation bar you want them to sit. So I'm gonna drag my camera, so you just put your finger over it and drag it. I'm gonna drag my camera to the right and keep my screenshot button all the way to the left, and then I'm gonna hit done. Now we're gonna save it. And now if we swipe up, you'll see that new configuration at the bottom. I can select it. And now at the bottom of my screen, I have a shortcut to get to my camera, super easy, right at the bottom of the screen here. And I now have a screenshot button that I can use to take a picture of my screen. So this is just one of the many things you can do using the Good Lock app. I love this customization. I have this exact same configuration set up on my personal phone, and I love it. I use it all the time. So that is just a quick shortcut on how to add some really cool buttons to the bottom of your navigation pane. And you can obviously go in and have more fun with this and do more with it, but that's how I like to set mine up. As a reminder, if you're getting value out of the video, make sure you bump that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new videos. Next, I want to show you how to hide apps on your phone. We're going to hold down the home screen. We're going to tap on Home Screen Settings. From here, we're going to go to Hide Apps on Home and App Screen. This will then give you a list of every single app that is on your phone. Now let's say I want to hide these games. Maybe your kid is not doing well in school and you want to hide their favorite games until they get those grades up. Well, I can go through, select all the games, hit done, and now if I hit the home button and I swipe up, all the games are gone. They're still on the phone, but they're hidden. And so you have to know how to follow the steps in order to unhide them. Now, unfortunately, they're not hidden by a code. So if your kid obviously knows how to follow these steps, they can unhide them. But this is just a cool way to hide certain apps that you don't want your kids or anyone else to have access to when looking at your phone. All right. Next, I want to show you a really cool shortcut to keep your phone running smooth and quick. You're going to add this widget. It's called the Device Care widget. You're going to simply hold down the home screen, tap on the widgets button here, swipe up, and find Device Care. Tap on this arrow and hold down on this first option here and drag it anywhere on your home screen. And this will give you a button that when you tap it, it will clear your RAM and it will close out any apps that are running in the background that could be causing your phone to slow down. This is a really easy way to just keep your phone running nice and quick and snappy. Moving on, let's talk about one of the really fun new AI features where you can basically circle to search anything on your home screen and find it on the internet. Now, I took a picture of some headphones I've been testing recently, and I want to figure out where can I buy these headphones or just get more information about them. I can hold down on my home button for about 1 second. It's going to bring up this search, and now I can simply circle the headphones and it will do a Google search for me and it'll find them. So it'll find where I can purchase them. It'll find different variations of them. I can see some reviews right here. Here's the link on Amazon of where I can purchase them. So this is a really cool way to find any product that you have an interest about and you want to learn more about it or buy one. This will help you buy it. Now, the easiest way I found this is take a picture of something first and then do exactly what we did. Go to the picture, hold down on that home button, and then you can search it through the web with that circle to search feature. Next, I want to show you how to get more apps on your home screen by holding down the home screen like this and tapping on settings. We can change the home screen grid from 4x5 to 4x6, which gives us an extra row at the bottom. We can go to 5x5, and that's an extra row at the bottom and an extra column on the side. Or we can go up to 5x6, which is 2 extra rows at the bottom and still that extra column on the right. This gives you a lot more room to add a lot more to your home screen. Next, I want to show you how to use the one-handed mode. This is a very tall phone. It can be a bit hard to use it with one hand. Swipe up, go to your settings. You're going to swipe up to advanced features. From here, go to one-handed mode and turn this on. Then tap on one-handed mode, change it to button. Now, whenever you tap the home button twice, it'll automatically launch the one-handed mode. And the way you use this is essentially when you're holding the phone, it can be hard to reach the top of the phone because of how long it is. But now I can simply hit the home button twice. It'll shrink the screen down, make it easier for me to reach different sections of the screen. You can tap the arrows to move the screen to the left or right, depending on if you're a left-handed person or right-handed. And it just, again, makes it easier for you to reach any section of the phone. When you're all done, tap on the area to the outside, and that'll take you out of the one-handed mode. So pretty cool there. Just makes it, again, easier to function with one hand. Now, the very last thing I want to go over, well, actually, before I go over this, I do want to give a quick plug to Samsung's new watch. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE, a really fun new smartwatch for a very competitive price. And this will track your steps, track your heart rate, allow you to track your water intake. You'll be able to get your text messages sent right to your phone. You can answer the phone and talk on the watch when you're in Bluetooth range. The watch does a ton of cool things, and this is something cool to consider picking up. I'll have it linked on the screen as well, and I'll have it linked in the description if you want to check out the price for this and pick one of these up. It is compatible with the Samsung Galaxy A35, and you should definitely consider picking one up. Now, our last tip is a really fun one. I tried to save the best for last. So I'm going to show you how to change your lock screen so that it doesn't just show a static image, but that it actually shows a video. Now, I'm going to unlock the phone here, go to my gallery. We're going to be able to make this the lock screen video. So we're on the file. We're going to go to the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots, and we're going to tap on set wallpaper, and I'm going to tap on lock screen. There we go. So here's our video. We do have to trim it a bit, so I'm going to hit trim, and we can make it just a bit shorter. Let's make it just 10 seconds. I'm going to hit done. Now we're going to go to the upper right corner, tap on done, and now let's hit our home button. Let's lock the phone and then unlock it. And now this is our video wallpaper. Pretty sweet. So you can record a video using your camera. Now this phone will go up to 4K 30 frames, and then you can simply make that video your lock screen wallpaper, which is super cool. Now, taking a screenshot is super easy. You're simply going to hold down on the power and the volume down button for 1 second. You'll see a flash on the screen, and that's how you'll know that the screenshot was taken. Let's give it a try right now. Power, volume down, 1, 2, 3, hold, let it go. That's the flash you'll see. If you tap on the bubble at the bottom of the screen here, it will allow you to then make edits to the picture after it's taken. So for example, I can tap on this little pencil right here, and then it will allow me to drag from the corner to crop the picture. Maybe I want to cut some things out of the picture. I can also tap on this little square with the pen, and then I can draw. Maybe you're trying to circle something, or you know, draw attention to a certain section. You can draw an arrow. You have all these other things. You have stickers. You can add text. There's all these cool things you can do. And once you've added those, you can simply hit the save button in the bottom right, or excuse me, upper right corner to add it to your photo gallery. And if we hit the home button and go to our gallery, you'll see we now have a folder that is called screenshots. And here is the picture we just took. That's where you'll find the picture after you've taken it, right there. Now, let's say this picture was nice enough for you to want to print it. Well, to print it, you're going to go to the upper right corner and tap on these three dots, and you'll simply go to print. Now, I have a wireless printer that is already set up where I am, and so all I have to do is tap on select printer, and there's a little arrow to the right. Tap there, and I'm going to see my printer model show up, my Canon TS6400. I'm going to tap on that, and then I'm going to tap this button here to print the picture. You can also tap on this drop down here if you want to make some additional changes. For example, maybe you want to print more than one copy. You can tap in this box here, and you can change the number of copies to print. Maybe you want 6 or 16. You can change it from black and white to color, double-sided, portrait to landscape. You know, all these other options are available. And when you're done, you tap on that yellow button, and that will send that picture to the printer for it to print. Okay? Now, that is how to print a picture. Next, let's go over how to print an email. So let's say I'm in my Gmail app here, and I'm seeing, oh, look at this cool Google Fitbit quiz. I want to print this email out. I'm going to go to the upper right corner, tap on the three dots, come down to print, and you'll see the same things on the screen. You'll need to select the printer, three dots, excuse me, drop down, select the printer. Now sometimes you'll see this come up blank, and when that happens to you, I don't want you to panic, because sometimes it takes a few seconds for the printer software to load what it's trying to print. So it's trying to print the email right now, but if the email is long, it can take a few seconds for it to show up in this screen. So I don't want you to panic. It should never take more than a minute to load. So that just is a parameter you can use as a guide. And when it's ready, you'll always see that little yellow circle. It'll show up right here. And when you see the yellow circle, that's when you tap it, and then it'll send it to the printer. So in this case, it's taking a bit longer to print, but again, don't worry. As long as it's less than a minute, you're fine. If it takes you more than a minute, simply hit the back button, back out, and try it again. Okay? Now, lastly, let's talk about how to print a web page, because a web page is slightly different, and it's not going to show up the same way. So I just want to make sure. I think these are the three main ways that someone will try to print. So I want to go over all three. Okay, let's say we're trying to print this page of ESPN because it has all these highlights or headlines. Upper right corner, tap on the three dots. Okay, notice you do not see a print button. Okay, so what you'll do is you're going to tap on the share button, and share will bring up this menu, and then you'll see print right here. So it's just one extra step to get to this screen. Select the printer, drop down, select the Canon, and it's saying it's unavailable. So if that ever happens, just simply back out, try again. It was previously loading the last thing we tried to print, so it could still be finishing up that task. Let's hit share again, print, preparing the preview. There we go. Select the printer, select my Canon, and this is ready to go. Now, one thing you'll notice here, this website is 17 pages. So if I just let it print right now, it's going to print 17 pages. Is that how many pages you wanted to print? If it's not, you'll need to go through here and uncheck any of the pages that you don't want to print. So I can go through. I can say I really only wanted to print that first page and maybe page number 10. So just go through and make sure you unselect the ones that you don't want to print. When you're ready, tap on that yellow button and that will send it to the printer. Now, in the description, I will leave some links to some recommended printers. If you may have an older or outdated printer that does not work wirelessly, check out some of the recommendations I have just for some great printers. I always try to include printers that are under $100, so just very good price range, but that are also good quality. So check out those printers, and if you found value in this video, please make sure you bump that like button down below. That helps the video get shared out to more people and just helps with educating more people on how to use this phone. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care. Oh, and one more cool thing. I just picked up this really cool pager. Now, some of you guys are probably saying, sir, why are you buying a pager in 2024? Well, this is no ordinary pager. This pager is actually a portable charger, and this will actually charge your phone. So this is a 10,000 milliamp battery, and you can use the cable in the box of your phone to charge the USB-C or a full-size USB. So I've been using this thing quite a bit. I use it to charge my phone and my iPad, and it's just very durable, it's rugged, and it always gets a lot of good feedback when I take it out. So I'll have a link below in the description where you can get this cool pager. And drop me a link in the comment section if you end up getting one. I'd love to hear if you're on the Team Pager family as well. Today I want to show you how to install a memory card on the Samsung Galaxy A35, and I'm going to show you some really helpful tips on how to check your storage, how to change your camera settings so that all the pictures will save to your memory card, and how to back up all your data to your memory card as well. So make sure you watch till the end so you don't miss any important information. So first, I'll be using this Samsung 128GB memory card. I'll have a link below in the description a few memory card options. One note, don't use cheap memory cards. Use name branded memory cards, because if you buy a cheap memory card, it can just die one day and you can lose all your information. So you don't want that to happen. So stick with big names like Samsung, SanDisk, PNY, reputable companies, reputable brands. If you've never heard of the brand, be a little suspect. Again, I'll link some in the description and I'll link some on screen that I recommend, and just get quality memory cards. That's all I'll say. So let's take a look at first how to take out the memory card tray. At the top of the phone, you'll find the memory card tray right here. Now I'll be using a SIM card tool to remove the SIM tray. If you don't have this tool that comes in the box of your phone, you can also take a paper clip and bend it back and use the end of that too. You're just going to insert it. It's a little hole, give it a strong push, and that little tray will come out and you just slide it out. There we go. And one thing you'll need to notice is that one side says SIM and the other side is where the memory card goes, and it'll say micro SD. So just pay attention to that. When you take it out though, your SIM card will pop out. So I'm gonna take my SIM card here and just put it in the tray, and it should just snap into place. So see that? It snapped into place, and this means if I flip the tray over, then the SIM card is not gonna, the memory card isn't gonna fall out because it's snapped into place. All right. We take our phone and we're just gonna slide it right back in the slot. Know that it only fits one way, and it should just slide back in and let you just push it until it's plush and it's back in. Now, if you take a look at the top of the screen, you should see a memory card icon, and that's telling us that a memory card was inserted, which is exactly what we want to see, which is great. Now, I'm going to swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on my settings wheel, and we're going to go to device care. This is where you can check the storage of the memory card. So go to storage. And you'll see two slots. So you'll see the internal storage. And then if you swipe left, you'll see SD card. And so I actually just used this memory card to back up some data from an older phone. So that's why half of the storage is being used. But for those of you that are inserting a brand new memory card, you should see almost all the storage freed up here. And this is just showing right now. 70 gigs of my 120 gigs are used, but that's fine. I still have an additional 50 gigs ready to be used for this phone, which is great. So that's how you check to see how much storage you have left on the memory card. Next, let's go to the camera. Let's just swipe up, go to camera. We're gonna tap on the settings wheel in the upper left corner, and you'll wanna scroll until you get to storage location and change this from internal storage to SD card. And now every picture you take is going to save to the memory card. And lastly, you want to go back to your settings. So swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the settings wheel. From here, we're gonna swipe up. We're gonna go to accounts and backup. And we're gonna go to transfer data for device setup. And basically, this is gonna take you to an app that comes pre-installed on just about every Samsung phone you purchase. It's an app called Samsung Smart Switch. And this will allow you to back up your data to your memory card. If you go to the upper right corner, tap on this little memory card icon. Here you can tap on backup to SD. And this will allow you to back up some or everything that's on your phone. You can do everything. You can do just calls, contacts, and messages, or you can go to custom, hit next, and then it will give you a list of all the categories of things you can back up. So I would encourage you to back up all your data at least once a month. That way, if your phone is ever lost, you'll have a record of at least, all your text messages minus 1 month, or your photos, or your call log. Anything that's really important to you, you should be backing it up regularly. And now that you have memory card installed, you can back up your data. Now, guess what? If your phone is stolen, your memory card is in your phone, and therefore this doesn't really help you. So what you may want to do is purchase 2 memory cards, and once a month, just simply put in your one of the memory cards and just use it to back up data, and then take it out of the phone and just store it somewhere in your house safely, and then put the other memory card back in. It sounds like more work, but if that's gonna save your really important text messages or important files, then that's what you have to do. So anyway, this was just a quick rundown to help you install the memory card, how to check the storage, how to set your camera up properly so your picture is saved to it, and also how to back up your data using that memory card. And today I want to show you what to do if your Samsung Galaxy A35 freezes or your touchscreen becomes unresponsive. There's a little trick you can do that's going to basically soft reset your phone, and all that means is it's going to turn it off, turn it back on again, and it should fix the glitch. In most cases, it does work. On the right side of the phone, you will find the power and the volume down button right here. We're going to hold both these buttons here until the screen goes completely dark. Once the screen goes dark, simply let go of the buttons and let the phone restart itself. Let's do it right now. So 1 finger on volume down, 1 finger on power, 1, 2, 3, hold. And it will take you to this screen. Continue to hold the buttons until the entire screen goes dark. There we go. As soon as that happens, you're going to let go of the buttons, and then you'll watch the phone restart itself. Now, usually this will fix any issues that your phone is having if it is software related. Sometimes it could be because of an update, or it could be because of an app that you're using that could be crashing in the background. Those are some of the common reasons why your touchscreen could be unresponsive. However, if your screen is cracked or your screen has suffered any type of damage and you try this soft reset and it doesn't work, if the touchscreen is still not working properly, then I would recommend you take your phone to the most local
cell phone repair shop and let them take a look at your screen and diagnose it. It could be an issue that your screen is damaged and you might need it replaced. So that's plan B if plan A doesn't work. All right. Now don't be alarmed if it takes a minute for the restart to happen. The phone is not going to restart as fast as it normally does, but rest assured it will get you to this screen, and then it will go through the process, and then it will restart back like normal. And today I want to show you how to reset your Samsung Galaxy A35 back to factory settings. This would erase all the data off of the phone, and then it would set it up like a brand new phone. The first thing we'll need to do is swipe down from the top of the screen. In the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel. From here, you'll first want to go to your accounts and backup section. And then you'll go to manage accounts. And you'll want to remove the Google account that is on the phone. I'm going to hit remove. Now, why do I need to do this? Well, the reason is if you don't remove the Google account and then you reset the phone, when you try to set up the phone again, it's going to ask you for the password for that account. And if you don't have it, it's not going to let you set the phone up. So you have to remove that account first. Next, we're going to hit our back button here. Let's hit it twice. And now we're going to go up a little bit further to general management. From here, swipe up and go to reset. Swipe up again. Now, before we show the full reset option, I just want to point out that you have a few options here to back up your data. And I would encourage you, before you do the reset, make sure you've backed up your data, because once you've done that, you cannot get the data back after the fact. So you've got some options here to back up your data to an SD card, or use Samsung Smart Switch to transfer your data to another phone. Okay. Now, you're going to tap on factory data reset once you've done all the backup stuff. And this will show you all the apps and all the app data that will be deleted once you do the reset. We're going to tap on the reset button here. And this is your final moment to pull back if you haven't done anything else, right? So if you haven't done the backup yet, do that first. Once you get to this button here, you cannot go back, all right? Once you tap delete all, it's going to erase all the data off of the phone, and then it's going to begin to set it up like a brand new phone. So it can take anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes. You're going to see the phone restart a few times, and when it's done, it'll take you to a welcome screen and ask you to select the language. Hope you guys found this helpful. If it was, hit that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, and as always, have a good one.